All right, today let's talk about wasted time, wasted talent, wasted money. Let's say you pick a person in the world, one of the most influential people out there, maybe one of the richest people out there. Who would that be for you? Let's say you could spend an hour of your time every single day with that person from January 1 all the way to December 31st. How much different would your life look 365 days later? Let's say that man for you is Anthony Robbins. Tony Robbins is one of the most famous motivational speakers, certainly does well with his money, a great investor. He's also a great giver, gives a lot to charity. A lot of people look up to him and wish they could spend time with that man and figure out, how does he do it? Let's say that Tony Robbins said to you, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you an hour of my time every single day. Not only that, I'm going to give you $1 million. And I'm going to show you what to do with that $1 million so that at the end of the year, it's worth $3 million or $4 million. How many of us would jump at that opportunity? What do you think your life would look like at the end of that year? There's a lot of people out there that think, yeah, you put a guy like that in my life, I'll definitely be better. Let me have a shot at it. So let's say that now you spend all this time with him, and at the end of the year, you still just have $1 million in the bank, not a penny more. Now, he gave you the plan to get to $3 million, but maybe you didn't act on it. I don't know. Something went wrong. Not a penny more. How do you think he's going to respond to you at the end of the year? What do you think he's going to say? So let's say along this 365-day trek, you're going to meet with Tony Robbins every single day, and you blow off a couple of meetings. And then you get back on track and you get going again, and he calls you and you don't answer the phone. And the next day he knocks on the door and you don't answer the door. How many more times do you think Tony Robbins is going to come to your house before he finally gives up? You know, I asked a friend this a while ago, and they said, well, if he's my friend, he'll probably keep calling. I said, well, he's not your friend. I'm your friend, and if I called you every single day and you never answered, I'd stop calling. He's going to move on to somebody who wants to take his advice, apply it, use it, and grow from it. He's just going to give up on you. Jesus talks about the parable of the master who gives his servants, 3 servants, talents to go and expand upon. And he says, I'm going on a long journey. I'm going to give you different sums of money according to your ability. And I want you to go out and I want you to grow that. And so when I come back, I want to see how you did with it. Now, in modern times, to me, what talents have I been blessed with? What talents have you been blessed with? And where are they expected to grow? In the parable, the master comes back and he meets with the 3 servants. And the first servant took his 10 bags of gold and he was able to grow that money into more money. The second servant, he was only given 2 bags of gold, again, according to his ability, but he was also able to grow the money. The third servant, however, took the money when the master left and he buried it in a hole. How often do we do that? How often do we take the talent or the blessings that God has given us and bury them in a hole, and we don't share them with anybody else? We just sit on them. They're there. We know they're there, and we know one day we got to meet him at the end of it, and he's going to say, how'd it go? How did it go? What are we going to say at the end of that cycle? All right, so let's see what happens more importantly with the master when he talks to the last servant who really didn't do anything. The master replied, you wicked and lazy servant, if you knew I harvested crops I didn't plant and gathered crops I didn't cultivate, why didn't you deposit my money in the bank? At least I could have gotten some interest on it. Verse 28, then he ordered, take the money from this servant and give it to the one with the 10 bags. To those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. Each one of us has something. I'd encourage you to ask yourself what it is and ask yourself what you're doing with it. Are you using it to grow? Are you keeping it to yourself? Are you doing something with it? Or at the end of your period, whether it's a year, 50 years from now, are you going to be the guy that shows up and says, oh man, yeah, you gave me that and I didn't do much with it. I was too scared to take a risk. I'd encourage you not to be. Now, I don't know about you, but there's been plenty of times in my life where I didn't answer the door when he was calling. I didn't answer the phone when he was calling. I was running this way and he was tapping me on the shoulder saying, turn around, where are you going and what are you doing? And I made a ton of mistakes in my life. And he's still there for me. And he still loves me. And he still cares for me. And he's not going to stop calling. That's the fantastic news. The Lord loves us. He's always going to knock on our door even when we don't answer. All we got to do is open it up.